Alright, so we're starting with prompt 1 about Father Abraham having many different faces. I've actually thought this like study, like going through Genesis though, has been really interesting because I've noticed some things that I didn't about Abraham before. One of the things that I picked though is from the Genesis 18 passage, just kind of touching on Abraham's extravagant hospitality. We see that when the three men approach him, he doesn't even hesitate. He immediately welcomes them, offers them food. Like, they didn't even ask; he just knew, and so he commanded his wife Sarah to prepare them the bread and the cakes. So just his initiative and also like his generosity, like his heart to give, is demonstrated there. And then it also mentioned that he washes their feet, which is even like something that we've seen Jesus doing in the New Testament too. And then comparing that to like the next chapter, where he like intercedes for Sodom. He wants God to spare the city, but like really he wants God to spare Lot, his cousin, who he cares for. He knows that Lot lives in the city with the corrupt and unrighteous people, so he understands that, but understands also that Lot is a good person and like he needs to take care of him. So you see him just reasoning with God, and you kind of see like his passion for his family, and also for righteousness, because in asking God this, he's asking, he goes down to, if there's even 10 righteous people, will you spare the city? So those are kind of just the two characteristics: his hospitality and then his intercession as well. And then on the prompt 2, talking about the value of lament, I kind of was focusing on pages 37 and 38, where she talks about Israel waiting on God, and in their waiting, the psalmist urges them. It says, "Yet even as Israel waits upon God, the psalmist urges the righteous to sing joyfully," which is Psalms 33:1. And she just touches on how that in the rejoicing that they're providing, they're understanding worship. Like the two are connected. Because then she goes on to say that we can't wait for our situation to be resolved or wait for God to give us an answer or a solution to our problem to worship in that situation. And she kind of gives a reasoning for that, which I thought was really good, really powerful, is because we don't worship. We should be worshiping simply because we're in covenant with God. Like that, we shouldn't even need anything else, because the new covenant saves us from eternal death through Jesus. So that should be our number one reason to even worship, regardless of our situation. And then one last thing that I wanted to mention is, she said that the worship of God was Israel's creativity. Like, it was their, like, different cultures had art and other crafts and other things that they used, but Israel's worship was their creativity. And that kind of just speaks to even today, like, making songs is like being musically gifted is a gift from God. So just using that, using God's gift that he gives us in times of lament is probably the best thing that we can do.